Another good place to insert a mini screw in maxilla is infrazigomatică crest area. Here, this is zygomatic arch. As shown in the dry skull, in this area the cortical bone is very thick and plenty, and there is no major nerve branch, so it is safe and provides very good bone support for mini screw stability. But in this area, the mucosa is very thick and movable. As far as stability is concerned, we should use the thicker and longer mini screws. For example, 2 mm or at least 1.8 mm in diameter. As the screw is located far from the arch wire or bracket level, 10 to 12 mm long screw should be used. I prefer to use a screw 2 mm in diameter and 10 mm in length. Another advantage of placing a mini screw in this area is, as the screw, especially the tip of the screw, will be placed far from the root, there is less interference between the screw and the root when the tooth moves. But when the screw head is placed far away from the teeth, it can cause severe irritation to the tissue, so care should be taken in placing the screw. Let's take a look at the step-by-step procedures in the model. Step 1. Exploring the area. With the index finger, examine the area and determine the position where the screw should be located. Step 2. Determine the insertion point. After palpating the area, determine the point of insertion. Medial-distally between the root is good, but not always necessarily between the root. And to minimize tissue irritation, buccolingually place the screw close to the tooth side as much as possible. Occluso-gingivally close to the mucogingival junction. Step 3. Set the initial pass and start the placement. Once the insertion point is determined, start the insertion perpendicular to the bone surface to prevent the screw from slipping. And with gentle pressure, insert the screw about 3 to 4 mm. Step 4. Change the path of insertion 1. After 3 to 4 mm insertion, stop turning the screw. By turning it counterclockwise, pull back the screw about 0.5 to 1 mm and change the path 20 to 30 degrees toward the tooth and insert the screw almost halfway through. Step 5. Change the path too. Once again, stop turning the screw and by turning it counterclockwise, pull back the screw 1 or 2 mm again and change the path around 20 to 30 degrees again. Place the head of the screw close to the teeth as much as possible. Step 6. Finish the insertion. Set the final pass as needed. By turning it clockwise, finish the insertion. Please notice the position of the screw head in relationship to the very thick mucosa in this area. Caution. This is the final pass. Starting the pass perpendicular to the bone surface. Do not change the path while turning the screw. The tip of the screw can be broken. Always pull back and loosen it, then change the path.